Let us look at these excesses of the Fulani herdsmen. Though what happened in the Bandits recently is suspected herdsmen. But however I look at it, almost every part of the country, each time you see similar killing, similar mayhem, I think it always has to do with suspected Fulani herdsmen. And as if that was not enough, almost the same time, we saw another killing in Delta State, this time around in Imunede, and it still have to do with Fulani herdsmen. Don't forget that only recently, the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, raised alarm that the bandits who are being dislodged from northwest are already hibernating in southwestern forest. A situation that made Amateku to raise over 2,000 men to go and comb the southwestern forest for bandits. But let me quickly say at this point that what the government need to do is to ensure that all the governors, all the security arrangement at the state level should have the capacity to combat crime. Because however I look at it, I think it's well understood that there is need to rejig Nigerian security architecture. Because if you are not doing that, I don't think there's any way these marauding herders can be checkmates. Because the way it stands, even the global terrorism has made it very clear that the Fulani is the fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world. So to that extent, you are dealing with a formidable organization. You are dealing with a formidable force. People who move about with AK-47 without fear of being arrested or prosecuted. Of course, the other time, the current governor of Bauchi State, talking about Bola Mohammed, made it very clear that the Fulani man moved around with gun to protect their cow as they go about their business. But the point is, where do you draw the line? Because it behoves on the government, whether at the federal level, at the state level, even at the local government level, to protect lives and property. Because the governor goes by the name of the governor and chief security officer of their respective states. So what I'm trying to say in essence is the governors should parade some level of security power. Because if you are addressed as the governor and chief security officer of a state, you're going to show that you be taking responsibility for protection of life and property within your jurisdiction, this time around within your state. So it is on that basis we are even saying that, like the security arrangement we have in southwestern part of the country, that is Amateku, I think it's a good arrangement. But I think the only thing that is lacking is federal government allowing them to bear arms to the point where they will have capacity over and above even the bandits who are believed to be Fulani herdsmen. Don't forget that under the last administration of Muhammad Buhari, all effort to make them bear arms was thwarted by the government, by the then government. Perhaps because that government sees differently. We understand that that government was headed by a Fulani man, and the former governor of Ondo State, I'm talking about Akeredolu, who was very bold, may his soul rest in peace anyway, who was very bold about his position, sequel to allowing Amateku to bear arms. At the point, he even challenged the federal government then that if civilian JTF could bear arms in the north, why should a security arrangement, a security outfit that came about through the enactment of State House of Assembly in the southern part of the country be denied the power to bear arms? So I think the best thing to do is to allow the bear arms. And other state governments should be encouraged to come up with similar arrangements, because I think that is the best way to address this insecurity if the federal government is still full dragging in coming about with state police. But to be quite honest, the best panacea for this insecurity across board, across the states, is state policing. Because we need to rejig the security architecture. These are part of the reason we see people right to say they want to secede from the country. Because if security of life and property becomes a challenge, if the government is finding it difficult to protect lives and property, how then do you want people to have confidence to go about their livelihood and all that? We've had a situation where recently APC stakeholders in Anambra State was talking to the APC national chairman that they need to go about their primary, that they should use indirect primary. And their reason is not far-fetched. They were anchoring their reason based on the fact that even the state government was not able to conduct election in every community, in every local government in Anambra State, owing to insecurity. That if a government that all the material, all the instruments, all the force to protect lives and property could not conduct local government election as a result of insecurity in some localities, in some local governments, how then can an individual or a political party be able to do that? So the point here is we need to rejig the security architecture. We need to give the state governors some level of security power to parade, because they cannot just be going about with the name of governor and security and chief security officer of the state without parading any security power. Remember that the other time when Orton was the governor of Benue State, there was an assassination attempt on him. And the people that carried out the assassination attempt were quick to own up to the responsibility. And they, according to them, they said they are Fulani nationality movements. And they even boasted then that the governor was lucky, that next time he may not be lucky. And as we speak, it's not on record that they were arrested, they are under prosecution, or they have been convicted. So it's going to show that we have a big challenge in terms of policing the society. So if that is the case, the best approach is to rejig the security architecture. There's no better way to do that. And it's no longer a rumor that the Fulani man goes about with AK-47. And if you look at almost areas, all the areas where we have banditry, Fulani is at the heart of it. Though at times the Fulani man will claim that they rustled his cow and he used that as an excuse to take to crime, to start kidnapping, raping, maiming and all that. But I don't think those are justification for going into crime. Only recently, the governor of Kaduna State came up to justify negotiation with bandits as a condition to allow farmers return to farm to continue farming activities. We cannot quickly forget the issue of Tajibelo, who have been wreaking havoc in several parts of the country. Of course, though the military, the security agencies have claimed that they are decimating him and that they are closing in on him, but currently it's not yet on record that he has been arrested or is under prosecution. We understand that this same man who was captured in the video burning down military vehicle and celebrating it, though the military have since come out to clarify that the vehicle in question was stuck and abandoned, that he didn't combat and overcome Nigerian military before taking over the vehicle and got it burned down. But however I look at it, I think it was an international embarrassment seeing a bandit who the military will normally call ragtag, taking possession of Nigerian military vehicle and burning it down. So I think the military need to do more in terms of perhaps getting him to bring him to justice, because as we speak, many lives have gone through his activities in that area. We cannot quickly forget the incident and continuous clashes in a place like Southern Kaduna that have since claimed many lives. I think the same thing is predominant in Benue as is. So the point I'm making here is almost everywhere you see banditry, kidnapping, maiming, raiming of that magnitude, the Fulani man is always at the heart of it. And sometime in currently, even in Delta State, what we said on here in Delta State, in certain part of the country, is already here with us. Like I mentioned, the Unede case is not just restricted to Unede. Like Kano East, which is the local government of the immediate past governor of Delta State, talking about Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, is already witnessing serious activity of Fulani herdsmen, to the point that they hibernate in the bushes, in the forest, kidnap, maim, rape, collect ransom, unchallenged. I think the only area the people are being able to challenge them to an extent is through local vigilante arrangements. So the point here is, if we must be able to police society, if we must sleep with our eyes closed, there is every need to rejig the security architecture. And the best bet is to go for state police. I understand the argument of federal government has always been fear of secession, because there is that belief that by the time you empower security arrangement at the state level to be armed, of course, they will be loyal to the state government. And there's fear that people may rise from that angle, haven't been armed to start demanding for secession. But the point is, the core for the jigging of security architecture, the core to allow security arrangement at the state level to be up is a genuine one, because we cannot continue living under the mercy of Fulani herdsmen, who, of course, according to government officials in the past, even Buhari himself in the past, have acknowledged the fact that these are Fulani men who are not many Nigerians, who come all the way from Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and find their way into Nigeria because of the nature of Nigerian porous borders, and start wreaking havoc. Even some time ago, Darozi Chako, as a governor of Taraba State, made it very clear when the military was trying to disarm Nigerians who perhaps may be having armed as a way of having a level playing ground so that they can be able to be up to their game in terms of protections of life and property. The governor then told them that if you are disarming the people, first of all, go and disarm the bandits who are in the bushes, who are in the forest, who are kidnapping for ransom, who are maiming, who are raping. Because you cannot come and disarm innocent civilians and leave them at the mercy of the bandits, who will come at the dead of the night, kidnap them, rape them, maim them, and unchallenged. So the point here is there is need for synergy. It's like a symbiotic relationship that should involve the three tiers of government, talking about the federal government, the state government, and the local government. And like I said earlier on, the best way to address this is the government at the state level should allow to parade some level of security power, just as the name implies, the governor and chief security officer of the state. So I think the federal government should have a conversation where all the stakeholders should be involved and address this for the benefit of everybody. Thank you very much. This is Thank you so much.